York City just made history. Zohran Mamdani, a 34-year-old state assemblyman from Queens, has been elected as the city's 111th mayor. He is not just young, he's also the first Muslim, the first South Asian, and the first naturalized immigrant to ever become mayor of New York City. Born in Uganda to Indian parents, Mamdani grew up between cultures, carrying stories of migration, struggle, and hope. Now, that story has reached City Hall. This election drew the highest voter turnout in more than 50 years, with over 2 million New Yorkers casting their votes. For a city that often struggles with political fatigue, that's a massive shift. Mamdani's win wasn't expected. Just a year ago, he was seen as a protest candidate, someone running to make a point. But his message, focused on affordability and fairness, caught fire. He talked about the rent being too high, the buses being too slow, and childcare being out of reach for working families. He promised to raise taxes on the wealthy, make public transport and childcare free, and freeze rent for stabilized apartments. Those ideas connected, especially with young voters and immigrants who feel left behind by rising costs. From the crowded apartments of Queens to the gentrified streets of Brooklyn, Mamdani's campaign gave people something rare in politics: hope that things could actually change. His main opponent was former Governor Andrew Cuomo, once one of New York's most powerful figures. Cuomo ran as an independent after losing the Democratic primary, but voters rejected him again, choosing fresh leadership over the old establishment. Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa finished far behind. The message was clear: New Yorkers wanted something new. Soft pause, visuals of Mamdani greeting supporters, shaking hands. But victory brings pressure. Mamdani's progressive platform will face serious resistance. Governor Kathy Hochul and the state legislature control much of the funding he'll need to make his plans real. Business leaders are skeptical, and some political groups still mistrust him. Even before the election, President Trump attacked him on social media, calling him "my little communist mayor." Trump had endorsed Cuomo, warning that Mamdani's policies would hurt New York. Now, the new mayor faces not just local challenges but national attention. The campaign itself was heated. There were accusations of Islamophobia and anti-Semitism from both sides. Mamdani accused Cuomo of selling out the city to big donors. Cuomo painted Mamdani as too radical for New York. In the end, voters made their choice. They sided with the young, optimistic candidate who spoke directly to their struggles. Visuals: New Yorkers voting, celebrations at campaign headquarters. On January 1st, Zohran Mamdani will take the oath of office. He will walk into City Hall, not as part of the political elite, but as a man who once knocked on doors as an activist and organizer. He's inheriting a city divided by cost, inequality, and fatigue, but also a city ready for new energy and bold ideas. For many New Yorkers, this moment feels bigger than politics. It's about representation. It's about someone who understands the daily grind, the rent payments, the long commutes, and the shared hope that New York can still be a city for everyone. Zohran Mamdani, 34 years old, son of immigrants, dreamer turned mayor, the youngest leader of New York in more than a century, and now the face of a new chapter for the city that never sleeps.